Hello there guys, and welcome to the end of What If Deku Was the Ghost Rider. Thank you guys for watching and for the long wait, literally. So if you enjoyed it so far, drop a like to give it a good farewell, and let's hop on to the story. Last part we covered quite a lot, so I cannot do a proper recap for it, but I will try. In last part, Izuku finally defeated All For One. He passed the provisional license exam, but the Hero Safety Committee tried to use him and they fared miserably. Things went on as normal until the two hero movies arc, with things just being easy. Same for the second movie, World Mission movie. Flick was a bit tough, but Izuku is far stronger than him. Then the Hero Safety Committee was attacked, killing all the members except for two. But then it revealed that Izuku saved them temporarily to make them pay for trying to use him. And he gave them a VIP Ghost Rider ticket, straight to hell. Then he was informed about All For One's soul, missing some part of it, and I think that's it for the recap. Let's begin. So after the revelation, Izuku quickly called All Might and Nizu, and explained what he found. The two were alarmed, of course, and Izuku gave them his theory. Just like how the previous users of One For All can talk to him, he might have given his quirk to someone, or transfer it to a new body. But they didn't do it yet. How do you know that? They ask. You know that I can track people, right? Even their souls, to an extent. Even though now that I figured it out, I can feel off one's soul, but I don't know where it is. Plus we have the confirmation that 9 was just an experiment and Nizu finish. You think that they are trying to create someone that is able to handle off one's quirks. Izuku nod. And that also explained the Nomus. They give him puzzle look, so he continue. The first one was tough and only have 2 quirks and no intelligence at all. He was just a puppet. The second batch, even though it was weaker, they had multiple quirks and they show some sign of intelligence. And of course we have the last one. It was strong, it had multiple quirks, and it was also able to talk. And of course lastly we have 9. So in just 1 year they show this much progress. And with All For One gone, I think this person that is making the Nomus is going to lay low and making more Nomus, or worse, a new body for All For One's quirk. And I cannot track them because I don't know who they are. That is alarming, All Might said. On top of that, we don't know who is the traitor. Then a figure light pop up on Izuku's head. Well, I can use my power to detect who they are. I can know and feel people's sins, and betraying someone, leading them to get harm, is still a sin. Huh. Both Nizu and All Might look at him. Why didn't we think about this before? He said. Well, I was busy getting hold of my power before I got my angel form. Then a lot of things happened. All For One, the Hero Safety Committee tried to use me, Flicked, 9, and that was only in a couple of months. The two hero nod. So any suspects? Izuku asked. Nizu let out a long sigh. Actually, we think it's one of the students. Doing the summer camp. No other teacher except for me, All Might, Vlad and Aizawa know the location. And the Wild Pussycat, of course. So either it's from Class 1A or Class 1B. And Izuku let out a sigh. Let's just hope they have a good reason to do that. And both heroes can feel the hurt in his voice. So they went around. First they start with Class 1B. And all of them were innocent. Even Monama with his arrogant. Izuku can feel that he was just hurt in the past. And this is the consequence. So they went to Class 1A and Izuku is dreading every moment of it. Of course, after they informed Aizawa, he gathered everyone and gave them some BS reason. Izuku scanned all of them and he found him, and he cursed under his breath. His classmates did not hear him, but the 3 heroes did. After that the 4, Aizawa included, left. They sit down in Nizu's office. It's Aoyama, Izuku blurted out. After a few seconds of silence, but also I can feel resentment and self-loathing, so he's forced to do this. Either he's threatened or someone close to him. Maybe we can persuade him to help us. With All For One gone for the most part, he can help us. At the very least, we will prepare for anything. So we will use him as a double agent, Izuku asked. Nizu nod. After this, they confront Aoyama after cancelling his quirk just in case he turned violent. And they explain the situation with All For One dead. By the way, it's not public. And they shock Aoyama. Are you sure? He asked hesitantly. Positive, because I did it myself. Izuku replied, looking him dead in the eyes. But he was alive after... Yes, his body was alive, but his soul wasn't. You see, I have this unique ability that lets me attack the soul directly. And the more evil the soul is, the more pain they will feel. So let's just say his one-way ticket to hell was not pleasant. I know you are afraid, and I know you think that you are a villain, but you're not. You helped them because you're threatened. You had no other choice. At the time. Now you have. Aoyama looked down, then he nodded. He told them what he knew. It was not much, but he can help them. But not right now. So time went on. The 5 of them did not tell anyone about the secret meeting, so they kept getting stronger. Because Izuku can feel it, there is a war coming. And that was further verified when Hawks sent a secret message to Endeavor. And the reason why he told Izuku, because he knows he's far stronger than him. Because doing that little world mission, Izuku did explain that in his new form he's much stronger than before. And I guess Endeavor, he was heavily holding back. It hurt his pride, of course, to have a kid as young as his son, stronger than him, but he took it. The kid deserved that power. He's using it well. He could have killed him like he did with All For One, but he gave him a second chance. A second chance that if the roles were reversed, he would not have given him. At the time, of course. But unbeknownst to them, things were way worse than they thought. Ever since All For One died, Shigaraki took it the hardest, and he blamed Izuku for it. At first he wanted just to attack him and kill him, but the doctor was able to calm him long enough for him to start thinking rationally, and he knew that he's weaker, far weaker than Izuku. So the doctor gave him an option to become stronger, to become his lab rat. Shigaraki without hesitance took it, and throughout the 2 movies, he kept getting stronger with each experiment, because unlike before, he have one goal, and this time it's not to kill All Might, it's to destroy Izuku. And after a few experiments, the doctor decided it's time for Shigaraki to take off one's quirk, after tweaking his body, of course. But the doctor knew that they need more time than they have, so sacrificing a few high-end Numus and a few of the weaker ones, and of course some villains, and he ordered them to attack the prisons. All of them, well except for Tartarus because they can't. So with that, the plan began and it was a success. They took the heroes by surprise because they're preparing for war, not this. And because of it, things quickly escalate. The heroes are having their hands full, trying and somewhat failing to calm the populace and capturing all the villains that escaped. And Izuku being Izuku, he cannot stay put and do nothing. So he left Huey with the permission of the heroes. They know his full capabilities, and even if they said no, they know that he can just do whatever he wants. But of course he was escorted with a few heroes. One of them is All Might. So they went through the streets with Izuku on his bike and All Might following him using his car, and they captured villains one after the other. And after a bit, Izuku looked at All Might and smiled. Something on your mind, young Midoriya? Oh, it's just that when 2 Ghost Riders meet, they always go on a drive. Since I never get this privilege because the only Ghost Rider left is, well, he's busy controlling hell, I kind of gave up on that. But here, you somewhat took his place. Just like him, you are my mentor, and I am your successor. Even though it's not the same, I will gladly take it. All Might smile a bit and nod. So time went on, the heroes prepare for the war, then they attack. At first it was just like canon, except Izuku being a bit more involved. But during that fight, Izuku paused because he felt it, or for one's soul, or what's left of it. So Izuku and Miracle quickly charged toward the main lab, encountering a few high-end Numus, and surprisingly with a good teamwork, they were able to kill them all. Yes, kill, with Miracle actually decapitating a few of them, and Izuku simply turning them into dust. Huh, brat, we surprisingly have good teamwork. Izuku smirked. Yeah, and this time you're not complaining that much. Hey, last time I was a bit impulsive and you are a bit too calm for my taste. Oh, trust me, I'm not impulsive than you think. It's just that doing a mission, I want to save life as much as I can. Mirko smirked and nodded. Soon they arrived at the main lab and they found the doctor. Izuku quickly grabbed him by Black Whip and Mirko charged towards Shigaraki. But before she can hit him, boom. The container exploded, sending Mirko flying toward Izuku. She was hurt because some glass went right through her, but Izuku quickly healed her. The 2 of them stared at Shigaraki, then Endeavor joined them, with blessing Shigaraki with flames. He was caught in it at first for a few seconds, then he pushed away using his air cannon. Ah, Endeavor, the #1 hero. It's a pleasure to meet you. He said that in a mocking tone. Endeavor growled, but Izuku catch on. You're not Shigaraki, you're All For One. Shigaraki or All For One start clapping. Oh, just like expected from you, Izuku or Ghost Rider. You're quickly to catch on. Yes, Shigaraki is not controlling this body any longer. He generously donated this new improved body for me. And now I'm stronger than before. Far stronger. We will see about that. Izuku charged at him and hit him, only for him to not move. Izuku looked at him and he can see his skin is a bit blue. Wait, this is... All for One just smile. Yes indeed, a generous donation from Flicked, if I remember his name correctly. Izuku just growled and started putting more power. Oh, don't try, Izuku. Unlike Flicked, his quirk now is much more powerful. Then Izuku smirked. Then I will stop holding back. Izuku grabbed All for One with Black Whip, then he spun a bit and threw him out of the lab, high in the sky. Because right before he punched him, he saw that his hand was going to the ground. And knowing Shigaraki's quirk, especially after the news, and now include a power boost from All for One, he doesn't want to have any casualties. Izuku quickly called all the heroes using his airpiece and told them to grab any civilians. Scratch that, grab all the civilians and evacuate the city. All for One is controlling Ishigaraki's body with a crap ton of new quirks. Each one is more dangerous than the other. With a small army of high-end Numus, this city will turn into a battlefield. So take them out, now! The heroes, all of them understand, and they start evacuating the city. Good thinking, Izuku. Lesson that we want is annoying pests interfering in our fight. All for One grin and Izuku growl, and they charged each other. And the clash, creating a massive shockwave, destroyed some of the blocks of the city. Then one after the other, each time they clash. It seemed they are equal, especially with All for One's new quirk. He can pretty much negate most of Izuku's damage. Combine that with their impact recall, he was able to push Izuku somewhat until he had enough and a familiar power started going through his body. His hair spiked up a bit more. Then electricity, then lightning, once green or orange, now white with a hint of blue, appear around his body. One for all, 100%. Izuku shout, and with this he have the upper hand. He's faster and stronger than All for One, and he starts pushing his reflective quirk to his limits. All for One seeing this, he cursed under his breath. He's still not used to his new body just yet. Even though he had control for quite some time, he never properly used it on the field. So I guess a much stronger Izuku with 100% one for all at his disposal, he's in the back foot. He needs to retreat for a bit. So he combined some of his quirks and unleashed a massive shockwave that pushed Izuku away from him. Then he used his teleportation quirk to take him and his army of the Nomus away. Izuku starts looking left and right, but he cannot see him. The heroes are doing the same, but then Izuku starts sensing him and he found him. And his eyes widened and he cursed. "What's wrong, brat?" Endeavor shout. "All for One, he's close to Tartarus, I can feel him." "Damn it, it's too far away. We cannot reach him." "You can't, but I can." And without wasting a beat, Izuku fly toward him, and his speed is mind-boggling. Everyone can only see a blur of blue and grey. Back to All for One, he just arrived at Tartarus, and they start opening up fire on him. So unlike Canon, he was careful to not destroy his original body, but this time, he went all out. Using Shigaraki's decay, he was able to destroy most of the prison, but also killing quite a lot of prisoners, and the rest of the Nomus were killing the guards. He quickly gathered the rest of the villains, or the prisoners, and he basically told them, or threatened them, that they are working under him now. "Oh no you don't!" Izuku shouted from above him. All for One was taken aback. How did he track him? But he didn't have a lot of time to react because Izuku dropped on him with a smash, hitting him dead on and sending the rest of the villains flying everywhere. All for One quickly pushed Izuku away from him using an air cannon, and Izuku landed on his feet. "I'm ending this, All for One. No more. You're full of surprises, brat. I don't know how you found me. I guess you can track me, huh?" Izuku just smirked. And that's all the answer of One need. He knew that running away is futile. Izuku can track him anywhere. It's like he said, this is their final fight. One of them will die, other one will survive. So once again they charged each other and they resumed their fight. And of course after seeing the dust storm and the fire, the choppers were not too far behind. And they captured their fight. Izuku was a bit holding back because if he go all out, he might have accidentally hurt the guards. And All for One knows that and he's counting on that. Then some of the villains joined All for One. They know Izuku is the only hero that's stopping them from getting their freedom. While the guards are helping, they are not doing that much. Izuku fell back a bit after he was forced to dodge a projectile from one of the prisoners. "You're good, Izuku. I can even say you're better than All Might. Even he will had a lot more difficulty fighting this many opponents, especially with me. So what will you do, hero?" He said mockingly and he started laughing. Izuku gave him a serious look and he can see the fire behind his eyes. "What I must." And Izuku went all out, quite literally. Flames and lightning start dancing around him. "Hope you made your peace and see you in hell." quick announcement, I don't know what to name this attack. I was between Doomsday Smash and Angelic Smash, but both of them kind of suck, so you can choose one of them or name it whatever you want. Anyway, Izuku prepared his attack. His body was engulfed with flames head to toe. Orphan seeing this, he charged at him. He knew the only thing that can kill him is Shigaraki's decay, but when he got close, he starts seeing figures behind Izuku. And upon a closer look, they are the previous users. All of them are glowing with their respective one for all. It's time to end it. Goodbye, brother. Then immediately, a massive wave of flame comes out from Izuku, engulfing the island entirely. And if you can listen carefully, you can hear the voices of the prisoners screaming in pain. Everyone are horrified, but after a few seconds, the flame dies down, revealing all the prisoners are knocked out or almost dead or just dead. And for all for one, Izuku approached him. They lock eyes. So, you're finally free, huh, Shigaraki? Yeah, I am. That was quite a powerful attack. Yeah, my attack only attacked the guilty. And since you killed innocent before, Shigaraki sighed. Yeah, I figured that much. So is he gone? Izuku asked. Yeah. Hearing him cry in pain and begging for mercy like a coward was music to my ears. I enjoyed it, but I think I will follow him soon. Sadly, yes. As much as I say it, you reap what you sow. Don't feel bad, hero. I dug my own grave, but I'm thinking, what if we met early? Maybe my fate would have changed. Oh well, you cannot live in what ifs. You know I can heal you, right? Yeah, but don't do it. I did a lot of bad things in my life. I don't see it that way at first, but after getting captured and basically my body taken over by All For One and only being imprisoned with my own thoughts, I realized I was only a pawn in his game, just like the others. Izuku did nothing, he just put his hand on Shigaraki's head. Then the environment changed. Shigaraki is inside One For All and he can see his grandma. She apologized profusely, but he assured her that it was not her fault. She did her best to protect his dad, but he was just too full with hatred to see that. Then his soul started fading. Well, I guess my time is up. I will go straight to hell, huh? Yes, you will go, but don't worry. Shigaraki looked at him. I know the King of Hell personally. He will cut you some slack. And who knows, maybe you'll start working for him. Shigaraki started laughing. You're a weird one, you know that? An angel working for a King of Hell? Well, this is a secret I only keep myself, but my other title is the King of Hell Bounty Hunter. Shigaraki stood quiet. Yeah, I think I see it and heard enough in one lifetime. Goodbye, hero. Then his soul disappeared. Nana cried a bit, but she thinks Izuku for at least trying. And of course the heroes were busy affecting the army with Todoroki and Endeavor going against Toya, and seeing that Shigaraki left them, there is no way to escape. So they fight, pushing each other to the limits, with Dabi burning his body to a crisp. A bit of spoilers here for the non-manga readers, so even with Dabi almost looking like Izuku's previous form, he's still alive, and in closer inspection, they found out there is ice on his chest, keeping him fighting a little bit longer. But with Endeavor being at full strength, unlike the manga, and Todoroki stronger because of Izuku's help, Dabi was captured, for a time. And the rest of the villains were captured, even though they put up a great fight, especially Toga. She killed quite a lot of heroes. But at the end, without means of escaping, with Makia being captured and sedated, and All For One dead, so there is no second wind, so was captured with the help of Best Genius. And luckily, there is no civilians casualty. Even though Izuku's prediction about All For One using the decay of Shigaraki was not true, Makia did cause a lot of damage during his rampage. So after everything settled, the heroes got the news about what Izuku did. A lot of them were shocked. Sure, they know the kid is strong, but to do that with just one attack, and somehow there is no casualty? For the guards, I mean. Heck, they get even reports that the one that almost died or got badly hurt were healed. So of course they question Izuku about this, and he come clean about his flame being unique. In layman's term, I cannot hurt someone innocent. I can punch you, but my flames will not hurt you at all. They're a bit skeptical about this, so Izuku put a little demonstration. With the help of one of his classmates, except for Minata, he threw a fireball at them and they come out safe, even though fire is still surrounding them. Then Endeavor touched the flames and he was hurting a bit. Not as much as before, but still. He pulled his hand back. The road to redemption is not easy, Endeavor, and it will take a long time. Endeavor sighed and nodded, accepting his fate. After this, things went back to somewhat normal, with quite a lot of heroes quitting. Seeing they can die easily in the war, if another one happened, they quit. Of course, Izuku did get some backlash about his actions, but he quickly sharpened Izuku, tell them bluntly, I was fighting the strongest person on earth, with a small army of S-class villains. I was surrounded, and my only backup are guards, and most of them are already hurt or dying. And all the heroes are busy fighting a small army on the other side of the country. So please tell me, if you're in my place, what will you do? And on top of that, that villain can decay anything to non-existent with a simple touch. I had two options, either I kill him or he kill me, then he'll go after you. And tell me, who do you think will be able to fight him? Everyone stood quiet. They are terrified from their thought of one going after them in Izuku's glare. That's what I thought. So please, next time, keep your biased opinion to yourself. After that, he left. Of course, their words were able to affect him a bit, but Kendo, knowing him the oldest, and his girlfriend of course, quickly shut that down. With you being quirkless at first, and me being, well, me, we both have bad past with some people. And we know that everyone have our best interest in mind. So keep their voices out of your head. Got that, Mr. Angel Ghost Rider? Izuku chuckled a bit and thanks her. So things went on as normal for a while. But then the previous users of One For All tell Izuku it's time for them to go. They stayed here far past their time. They thank Izuku for everything and they wish him luck. Well, I will try my best, Uncle. And he looked at the first user. What? He shouted. Uncle, you mean? Yes. I am the son of your brother. Zartos told me before he left that my DNA changed when he was inside of me, so any link I had with him was gone. I think that's why he left me be, because I was quirkless. Well, that's a surprise, a pleasant one, but still. Yeah, so if we just drop this on your head. A lot of things happened, so... No, I understand. I'm just happy that everything turned out okay. Well, I wish you luck with your girlfriend, and try to make me any grand uncle anytime soon. Izuku laughed. Don't worry, when that happened, maybe I'll drop by and inform you. Remember, I can go to heaven and hell anytime I want. He nodded, they wish him luck one last time, and they left. And of course he informed All Might about the departure. All Might sighed a bit, but he understood. Some time passed, even graduate. Izuku, of course, took the first place for quite some time. Him and Baku were able to mend the breach a bit. They are not best friends, but you can actually call them friends. So one day Izuku was just lazing around, and he decided to go to hell. This is the first time he did it, so he wanted to surprise John. And when he saw him, John was surprised, but he was happy. They talked a bit, then Izuku met someone unexpected, Shigaraki. Izuku gave John a questioning look. Well, in your last fight, I was able to hear your last wish for him, so I decided the best way for him to serve his sentence is to work under me. So he's what, a new Ghost Rider? Anyway. Though I don't have the bike, if you ask, Shigaraki commented. Knowing John, he already have one prepared. John just smirked. And by the way, Izuku said, you still owe me a race. The two grinned at each other and they summoned their bike. And they start racing, enjoying the time of peace, because they know, sooner or later, evil will arise once again. And when it does, the Ghost Rider will appear, either to protect the innocent, or to punish the guilty. And this is where the story ends. Thank you guys for watching. It was quite fun finishing this story, so thank you guys for sticking with me, and see you all on next What If. Peace.